Masinamkele kwakho kwinkqubo yethu i-VOB Voice of the Bay. Siyanamkela emveni kwemini ngecawa. Igama lam ngu-Percy M Kalamani. Kwinkqubo yethu yosuku namhlanje sinendwendwe ezisuka kumaqela ezopolitiko kulo masipala Dombaxa kaMandela. Kanti kwakhona umhlalutyi wethu wezopolitiko umhlekazi Nkululeko kaMantana saba kunye naye ku segment 4 and 5 xa sesiqwela inkqubo yethu. Kodwa ke oceba endikunye nabo nguKhouncillor MMC of Electricity and Energy, uKhouncillor Ziyanda Mqokoyi. Kanti kwakhona libe naye uKhouncillor Mthokozisi Nkosi, yena ke naye ulilungu le council kumasipala Dombaxa kaMandela. Namhlanje wona mcimbi sizawuthi sibe kanti sijongana nawe usawukhumbula into yokuba ngolwesithathu kule veki sisuka kuyo phakwa Ward 22 umasipala Dombaxa kaMandela uya walontsha khona i-handover ukunikezelwa kwezi-street lights kubahlali baphakwa zakhele kuba ke sisazi into yokuba isisikhalo into yokuba umnyama apha kumasipala Dombaxa kaMandela. Kodwa ke MMC of Electricity and Energy, Councillor Ziyanda Mqokoyi, is the one who's going to lead us, because she was with the executive mayor when they launched this street light handover on Wednesday this week. Councillor Mqokoyi, siyakwamkela emveni kwemini ngecawa apha kwinkqubo yethu i-VOB. Welcome.
Manibulise kakhulu uBhetsy nabaphulaphuli okanye ababukeli be-Voice of the Bay. Igama nguZiyanda Phakama Mqokoyi njengoko sowutshilo, okwanguye uKhouncillor apha eNelson Mandela Bay Municipality okwakunye kwela candelo le-electricity and energy.
Councillor Nkosi, masikwamkele nawe.
Ndibulise kuwe Percy nababukeli be-VOP. Nkosi kakhulu.
Councillor, as I have said earlier on that you and the executive mayor you handed over street lights in that ward of Ward 22. Firstly, why you have chosen Ward 22 to do this launch?
Ndibulele kakhulu Bhetsy ngalombuzo wakho. Ngasichuze noba kweziphi ii-areas apha eNelson Mandela, but siye sabona ke ukuthi kwezinye zezikhalo zabahlali iNjoli Square kwa Ward 22 eyona ibithwaxa kakhulu ikwayiyo ne-hotspot. So siye saqonda ke into yokuba masise siyoyilontshela pha kwa Ward 22 le handover uthetha ngayo yokuba kuzawutsho kukhanya apha eNelson Mandela. Singazidelanga ke nezinye iward zalapha eNelson Mandela kuba siyazi into yokuba across the metro the city is so dark, but we have decided into yokuthi let's go to Njoli Square siyenzele khona le launch. Kodwa ke umsebenzi wona uyaqhuba, although siyenzele pha uyaqhuba jikelele apha eNelson Mandela metro.
Just give us a picture, MMC, which part of Njoli Square did you electrify?
The picture is like this. When I put Pepsi, we have gone to Njoli Square exactly opposite the taxi rank Kwancedo, as you are going down to Izwide, the main road straight down there. We have made sure that that area is the area that we have started to do the launch, and then the contractors will go on with the main road up until Kwadwesi Maxagi. Then they will do those parts, because we are just want to focus to the main roads the most as we are starting this launch, because we think that when our community members besibuya emisebenzini and they are doing their own activities that they are doing, I think that main roads, they are the main focus at this time. We're not saying ukuthi asizongena in between istrato, but ngoku sisafuna uqale sibethe main roads, because zezona kakhulu ezizisa i-crime yethu apha eNelson Mandela. So sithe sizawuke sifocuse kakhulu ukuklina as main road zizothini zizotsho zikwazi ukukhanya.
MMC, once again, what did you use to make this project to be a success in terms of the material? Are you did you use the same cables that were stolen in some years ago?
To be specific, when about Pepsi, we wanted to change the cable because we have find out that the copper cable is the one that is the most that has been vandalized by this amapara ifundinoyibeka ngolo hlobo. We wanted to change, but because isikhalo sabahlali kudala sikhona, we are using the same cables ezibe sizisebenzisa, but to be specific, street lights zethu, they are most vandalized because our cable ibisiza underneath, then it go down to the street light. So now what we are doing now is that we are stringing the cable on top of the pole. So the cable now is going to go up on top of the pole. Yes, there will be vandalism, but it's not going to be so easily accessible when it comes for amapara to vandalize it. We are hoping so, but we are also pleading to the community members that at least now that there is light in their communities, they must make sure that they safeguard those infrastructure, those lights, because are the lights that is going to benefit them as the community. Sicela kakhulu ke ngoku kubahlali besebenzisana neMetropolis to report any mntu abambonayo or climb into those street lights, just to report so that at least police are with the Metropolis, they can come. But to answer your question, yes, we have used the same cable that we were using before, which is the copper cable. We were wishing in years to come, because this contract is not only for this year. It's only going to take the 3 year. This is the 3-year contract. So maybe next year we will change the copper cable to be aluminium, because aluminium is not valued when it goes to scrap yard apho bethengisa.
Okay, let's bring in this discussion Councillor Mthokozi Sinkosi. Councillor Mthokozi Sinkosi, your take on this a move by the municipality of giving services, especially street lights, as we all know that the entire Nelson Mandela, or half of the Nelson Mandela, is so dark. Your take as the Democratic Alliance?
But Percy, firstly, it's not half of the metro that is dark. The metro is dark. The entire metro is dark. I think that's a reality that we are living in.
Is it dark in Summerstrand?
It is dark in Summerstrand. If you drive, if you can drive now through Summerstrand by the left side of the ocean, it's dark. As you drive there, it's dark. It's only being lightened up by restaurants and also private. It's dark. It's dark everywhere. Everywhere, Budpesi. It is dark. The city is dark. That's a reality. Every second street light, it doesn't work.
So
But our take on this, each success where we are delivering services to our people, it must be celebrated. We cannot be sad that the service is being delivered to our communities. That must be celebrated. But the question is the proper processes. There are 9 contractors that have been granted this opportunity. And I hear the MMC speaking about the plans. Aluminium maybe next year. What did the specifications specify for this contract? Did it specify that aluminium would be used next year? What are the specifications? And are all these contracts signed? And what is the budget? When the media statement was released, only 20 million has been allocated for these street lights. In our own calculation, there are about over 12,000 street lights that are dark in the city, across the city. The contract does not include, we are talking about high mast in places like Motherwell, Wazakele. They don't have street lights in those corners where really it's dark. So if we look at, yes, please.
No. It's a pity that we are running out of time. We have to go for a commercial ad break. I hope MMC of Electricity and Energy will respond when we come back from the ad break. Let's go for a commercial ad break. Masinamkele kwakho sinamkela kwinkqubo yethu i-VOB Voice of the Bay. Welcome back from the ad break. Councillor Thokozisi Kankosi and you, MMC of Electricity and Energy in our municipality, Councillor Ziyanda Mkokoyi. Councillor Ziyanda Mkokoyi, there are a number of things that have been raised by your colleague, Councillor Nkosi, about this project of Community Street Lights Service Delivery Program. Would you like to give us a detailed answer about the budget, about the contractors who are going to do the work, and the time frames?
Ndibulele kakhulu Phesi kwakhona. Mandiqale kule budget. Yes, the budget is 20 million that has been allocated for the street lights. We are hoping that by the end of this year, knowing that towards end of the year there is a budget amendment. What we want, Okanye, what is the plan moving forward is to demonstrate that we can use all of this budget. Because firstly, to ask for amendment of the budget, you need to demonstrate what we have in the Yogut. We have already used it. Because there is a backlog of so much number, the high number of the street lights that are dark. If we can demonstrate right now that we have used all the budget, then we can ask more. Because we know this 20 million is not going to be enough for the street lights that are off in the city. If we can demonstrate that, then we can ask for more budget, because the contract is not only for this financial year, the contract is for 3 years.
Is it going to be enough for the project, this 20 million?
The 20 million is not going to be enough. We know that. Hence, I am saying Pepsi now with Abapulapul in the Yokuba, where we want to demonstrate and use it, the all 20 million that has been allocated to us now. Then we ask for another budget so that we can carry on with the work that is still
Are you covered,
standing.
Councillor Mkokwe?
Councillor Nkosi, no,
Councillor Nkosi?
Phesi, partly, yes. The fact of the matter is the budget is not enough. The fact of the matter is there are 9 contractors. The fact of the matter is that at this point, it's a reflection of poor planning from the part of Electricity and Energy. And we are saying that we'll spend 20 million. But in our council meeting, we have just had a council meeting where we have failed to spend 267 million, and we asked the Treasury to please roll over the fund to the next financial year, and they've only given us 142.6 million of that 267 million. And even then, we are not sure if we are going to be able to spend it. And the city manager, acting city manager, said there will be a possibility of a budget adjustment because we have budgeted. Meanwhile, the budget is not enough. So now that the money is being taken away, where are we going to get the money to make sure that the city shines bright? And to top it all, the mayor on the 1st of October said the city will shine bright. It therefore becomes very difficult to say that we can really believe that indeed by end of this year all these main routes will be shining bright, because the first promise was not honored by the mayor. So it's very difficult to believe that this will happen as per the plan. We wish and we want the city to be bright, but based on the plans that we have, we don't have any plan. There is no proper plan to say this is where we're going to start, this is how the money will be spent. And if we are saying that out of the 12,000, over 12,000 street lights, we are going to allocate 20 million, that means that at most we'll be able to fix about 2,500 street lights. That amounts to about 43 street lights per ward. Which wards are going to be able to benefit when the city is so dark?
Your response?
Perhaps response zam to what have Councillor Nkosi said, let's not say we are not going to spend the money, they must trust us, because we have coming a long way with these contractors. We have been fighting for these contractors to be on their place. Okay. It's not like that the work was not being done. I have listened to Unkosi when he is saying that as we speak, which is not true. There are e-workers already, our internal employees who were doing umsebenzi, but now we are topping up with these 9 contractors. I'm hoping that at the end of this year, there will be a light in the Nelson Mandela. We will also do our oversight to monitor and make sure that the work is being done, because we are not talking about one contractor that is only going to be dedicated to that ward. We are talking about 10 contractors, because 2 will be dedicated for the main roads, your R74, all the main roads, your N, all of those. And then 1 contractor per ward, per cluster, and then 2, because there is a depot that carries out of 28 wards. Then there will be 2 contractors that is going to focus in those in that depot. So it will split the number of 28. So the work, we will try and push. We will make sure that as the councillors, we do our oversight so that we can make sure that the work is being done on the ground, because we want to spend the 20 million before this financial year.
Another thing that has been raised by Councillor Nkosi is the issue of using cables for the first year, and then the second year you are going to change.
Yes, so as I said, maybe we will change to that, because it's not finalized. It's what we are seeing that due to this vandalism is the option that we have to opt for the aluminium, because the aluminium is not value when it comes to...
Maybe you might continue with the cables if the residents are looking after these street lights. Is that so?
We are hoping that the residents are going to work with the municipality, because this vandalism and the cable theft is not hampering to the service delivery.
Councillor Nkosi, do you have a problem of using cables which were stolen previously? Do you have a problem? As the Democratic Alliance?
Yes. We are not solving the problem. We are basically saying to criminals, and sorry to put it like, but they are criminals. They are vandalizing our asset as a municipality. Here's a new stock. Vandalize again. Here's new stock. If we were going to use the same cables, there must be other plans, and there must be proper plans that we have looked. We have done the risk assessment to say, if we put this cable, this is what is going to happen. How do we then mitigate? There are many options. Solar power that we could use. There are many other options that we could have used, and the MMC is correct. There are other options like aluminum and everything, but the main point is our specifications for these contractors. Did they detail these options? And the second part, if we are saying that we are fixing the street lights, the problem is we fix, the light is off. Are we using the same lights where it's only a few days and then after that? Because the MMC is saying they are working, but the problem is we don't see the work. If you drive on M14, it's still dark, but the MMC is saying they are fixing those street lights. That means that it's not effective.
Let's look at the security measures. MMC, the only security measure that as I was listening to you, the only security measure that you have mentioned is you rely mostly to the people on the ground, or the ordinary citizens of the Republic of South Africa or of this metro. Is it the only security measure that you are going to use?
It's not the only security measures that we are going to use. We have roped in the safety and security in terms of the camera, because what we are planning to do in each and every street light, there must be a camera. I know there was cameras that we've been installed in as you are approaching in New Brighton up there. So we're planning to rope in. There is those talks, but it's not yet been finalized, because the vandalism, it's all over. We can't run away, but the vandalism is there. We need to safeguard the municipality infrastructure.
Are you satisfied?
We agree. We do need to safeguard the municipal infrastructure. In that, we 100% agree, and we want to plead with the communities to keep our infrastructure safe. At the end of the day, it benefits them.
When we come back from the ad break, we will look at the contractors who will benefit. I think that was your last question to her. But we will deal with that when we come back from the ad break. For now, let's go for a commercial ad break. Sinamkele kwakho kwinkqubo yethu iVOB Voice of the Bay. Kulosana ngena ngaleli thuba siyakwamkela sithi good afternoon and happy Sunday. Handing over of community street lights service delivery program, which was done by the municipality during the week. I think it was on Wednesday at in that ward, that is Ward 22, KwaZakhele, around Njoli Square. With me, I'm still with the MMC of Electricity, Nelson Electricity and Energy, Councillor Mqokoyi Ziyanda, together with Councillor of the Democratic Alliance, Ebawam Unkosi. Before we go for a commercial break, we promised our viewers at home that you are going to explain in detail about the contractors and how they are going to benefit and how they were selected. Take us through.
Ndibulele kwakhona Butpepsi, andizokwazi ke ngoku ukungena into details because you must remember in those selection process we are not the part of it. So it's the administrative process of which I won't know. At this point, what I can say that is that there are 10 of those contractors which have been selected to do the work, believing that through the work that they are going to deliver those service providers, our communities will benefit the most. Because what matters the most to us are the communities. So the communities will deliver. We are hoping that the service providers that they have been selected to do this work, they will do a good job, a quality job, so that our people can benefit to the light that is going to be brighten our city. That's it. To the details of how they were being selected, that's not my role. It's the administrative side's role.
Councillor Nkosi?
Butpepsi, I think what is important for us as the Democratic Alliance, and of course for all the residents of the city, a contractor that is selected must be competent. A contractor that is selected must have the capacity to deliver these services and also must have the interest of the residents at heart. Of course, it is a business, but at the end of the day, the pride that goes with it must be displayed. There's been a lot of controversy with the streetlights tender. It's been coming, going, where at one point there was a suspicion that some of, I think my colleague, Councillor Kepe, who's a spokesperson for this portfolio, did release a statement that at some point when he went to the depot, he found that the seal numbers that were used for the new order that was bought is something that the municipality had already paid for before. So it was in circulation. So we are thinking that we are buying something new. Meanwhile, we are busy circulating old stock. So the criminal activities that we are seeing or that have been alleged, they need to stop. They need to be proper supervision so that we don't deal with the criminals. Because if they start there, they will sabotage the infrastructure so that they can benefit. But of course, we are hoping that the contractors that were selected will be able to deliver and make sure that the city shines bright.
Thank you very much, Councillor Nkosi of the Democratic Alliance. Now, we are going to move from this discussion and go straight or zoom straight to another issue that was discussed in your council meeting on Tuesday this week, where you discussed, especially Councillor Rhino Kaiser, who is your caucus leader in the council, the issue of transformer lease to Coega Steel Company, that is 63 MVA transformer to Coega Steel Company for 250,000. According to the acting city manager, Ulonwabo Kangoko, he says this deal, it is unlawful, which was struck by the former acting city manager, Mr. Pillay. Really, what is happening around this deal? As someone who is leading this directorate of energy and of electricity and energy, what do you know as the political head of this directorate, Councillor Mqokwe?
About this issue, when Pepsi, as we are saying that city manager said it was lawful, the issue was brought to one of our MACO meetings, of which I, as the political head, as you said, I know nothing, because I believe there are issues like leasing. It must first go to the standing committee, get to discuss in the standing committee, then goes to the MACO, then to the council. If there is that form of the transformer that has been listed to the Coega Steel is unlawful, okanye it was done wrongly, so I believe that the official, okanye the accounting officer, which was the city manager, misled the councillor of Nelson Mandela. Because they're supposed to advise councillors in such issues, because they are the one who are the accounting officer to these matters. So with this issue, when about Pepsi, I won't really comment that much, because it's something that did not went to the normal processes.
As the MMC of the directorate, you were never informed by the former acting city manager, Ted Pillay?
I was not being informed. I saw the item, as I'm saying.
Even by the director of the directorate?
No.
Councillor Nkosi. Let's look at the time frame. How the events unfolded. If I'm not mistaken, Coega Steel wrote to the acting city manager on the 21st of August, asking for the lease of this transformer. The acting city manager responded on the 22nd of August, almost immediately. It's unprecedented. Responding to this lease to say that indeed we can lease it to you. The lease, the amount of this transformer is over 10 million rands, which means that there were processes of council that were supposed to be followed for this transformer to be leased, because it's over 10 million rand. But the city manager took
it is out of
the scope of the city manager.
Yeah.
So he could not have made that decision on his own without making sure that the correct processes and regulations are followed, because of the asset is more than 10 million rands. So that's the first thing. The asset is 25
So
million
it was
rands.
supposed to go
Through the correct processes. through council.
Yeah.
Right. It never went through to council. It came to us as council to rubber stamp a decision that the Democratic Alliance caucus leader Rhino Kaiser correctly, as Engqinelwe, or the acting city manager, who said it's unlawful because it did not follow the correct procedures. But let's backtrack. The acting city manager, Mr. Pillay, was advised by the chief financial officer that this is illegal, that this is against, this should not be approved, the lease. And besides the financial aspect of it, this is a backup for for green bushes and Swartkops. Should anything happen, as we have seen, the city has been going dark numerous times. It means that we did not have, or we would not have, a backup transformer to ensure that the light of the city continues. You know, there is electricity in the city.
Yes, it's a pity you are running out of time, Councillor Nkosi. What is going to happen from now on about the transformer?
It has to come back. As the acting city manager advised, they would need the High Court to repeal or to invalidate that deal so that the transformer will have it back. But we want the amounts that will incur as the city to the High Court to be recovered from the affected officials, and they must be held accountable, because clearly, according to the time frames, something went wrong, something fishy.
Anything that you want to add in 30 seconds so that we can wrap it up?
Into endifuna ukuyichaphazela Bhuti uba ngaba kukhona uburongo unlawfully okanye abantu abenze ngokukhwabanisa to this issue of the transformer, they must be investigated. Someone that finds ukuthi wenze uburongo must be held accountable, because kaloku asikwazi nje ukuhlala nabantu abazonga advise councillor ngendlela right, kodwa they are the accounting officer misleading the councillors. So mababanjwe bachuchiswe uba kufuneke bechuchisiwe.
Thank you very much, MMC of Electricity and Energy, Councillor Ziyanda Mqokoyi. And to you, Councillor Mthokozisi Nkosi, siyabulela kakhulu ngexesha esinike lona. Much appreciated. Thank you. Sabaleka sengasevenkileni evenkile sibuya naye umhlalutyi wethu wezopolitiko umhlekazi uNkululeko kaMantana sijonge imicimbi yeMadlanga Commission ad hoc committee. Lastly, President uThabo Mbeki ulapha kuMandla kaMandela as we speak. Enkosi kakhulu sibuyile kwakhona kwakunye naye umhlalutyi wethu wezopolitiko umhlekazi uNkululeko kaMantana. We are going to focus on three things. The first one is Justice Madlanga Commission, the developments that are taking place, the revelations that are taking place, and the ad hoc committee. Same thing, developments, revelations. Lastly, the president of the African National Congress, or former president of the African National Congress, President Thabo Mbeki, is around the city. He has been invited by the Veterans League of the African National Congress in this region of Nelson Mandela Bay. The purpose is to give a political education to the members of the African National Congress. Yesterday, he was with the students of Nelson Mandela University, and yet today he has been joined by the number of leagues of the ANC, different structures of the African National Congress at Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. But for now, allow me to welcome our political analyst, Mr. Nkululeko Mantana. Mr. Mantana, welcome to your favorite talk show, 2, that is your VOB, Voice of the Bay. Justice Madlanga Justice Madlanga Commission. Are there anything that are exciting? Any revelations that are taking place or that have occurred in that commission in the past week?
Yes, Msasazi kakhulu. You will remember kaloku on the 6th of July when Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi went to media briefing or press briefing, wathi yena okakhulu unikezela the overall framework of what is happening inside the SAP, the corruption and the people whom he thinks that they are captured by the criminals and the cartels. So, but a city, but the evidence yona is awulandela, the evidence will follow. So there were many people, including the media, city, no, there is no evidence, kulento umkhwanazi aza nayo uyathetha nje. So ke siyabona ke ngokuba iMadlanga Commission yona okakhulu iza naba bantu baza ne-evidence, the investigators, the brigadiers ekuthethwa ngazo, and other people abalapha esipoliseni, the Hawks, no Magama Olibia ayaphuma. Then ubone ke apha kweli icala le ad hoc committee into bangabana, as you'll be aware, into bangabana eyona nto kakhulu i-charge enkulu pha yaka Minister Mchunu, interference, political interference. They are dealing mostly bona ne-political interference, and uyawubona ke kune-testimonies zabo Bhekicele nabo Mathale zilapho. Kodwa ke eyona evidence ibalekile ke into wana uyijonge iMadlanga Commission uzayifumanisa into wana tsheni lukhona noko uqhagamishelwano from yona
And the ad hoc
ad hoc
committee.
committee.
Witness ABC, did they come with a relevant information on Madlanga Commission?
Umsasazi, we can say that from le nto nditshoyo kaMkhwanazi into bangabana they are trying into bangabana bafite in le evidence, but for us ke ngoku singababukeli nabahlali balapha eMzantsi Afrika, it will be very difficult because kukho maxims into yobana you are innocent until proven guilty. Funeka nabanye banikwe ithuba loziphendula, the alteram partem rule. So yona iMadlanga Commission it's more legal. Into bangabana you don't know whether ixhomekeke pha kwi-commission nakujaji xa beperusa that evidence bayifumanayo, uyaqonda, because uyafumanisa into yobana there are ballistics zonke ezo nto, but ke ngoku zizawuxhomeka nee-experts ezikhoyo, kodwa ke izawuxhomeka ke ngokwe-legal aspects azifumanayo ujaji ne-commission yakhe.
Again, from the past 2 weeks, when we look at the ad hoc committee, there were some big guns who presented their evidence into that ad hoc committee. If you move back, the suspended minister Senzo Mchunu, the Spears, and then last week it was Bhekicele. What can you say about their presentation in the ad hoc committee?
Umsasazi, i-evidence ne-presentation ka Sibiya, the General Sibiya, and plus Nomchunu, ndingatsho ndithi it was prevaricate, ambiguous, vague, question even yes, no, bawujikela eGauteng bebuye kodwa bazapha eGqeberha. So I think bebe evasive bona bobabini, befuna into kubangabana bathathe ixesha elide so that lizophela, because kaloku bayanikwa pha period, but that you are going to take 2 days, you are going to take 3 days. So they were very evasive. Kodwa ke manditsho into bangabana kweli icala laka Minister Mchunu ukuya kuBhekicele no Mathale, uzawufumanisa uba uMchunu ebengenayo okanye ebenganayo i-understanding yomahluko between i-administration ne-politics. I think the case has been made kwinto kubangabana he has interfered with i-administration, because uyawukhumbula kaloku uminister akakwazi usebenza ngaphandle ko-DG wakhe. U-DG wakhe in this instance, Msasazi, nguMasimula, and
National Commission.
Yes, uNational Commissioner. Kodwa ke bumva into bangabana yena loo nto ingqinwa even ngoku nakuMathale kwi-evidence yakhe into bangabana hayi kwamna ileta le ndibone ku-social media ndamfowunela kwakungona ndisazi ngento yeleta ye-disbandment. There were i-hints, but khange atsho ndingu-deputy minister wakhe into kubangabana izawubhalwa ileta. Watsho isitsho into bangabana akanazo ne-delegation esuka kuminister. So uminister ungu-superman ngokubonakalayo because kwayena ngokubenikezela i-evidence uyatsho into wabana uyakwazi ungena ku-province yaKwaZulu Natal angayiconsult engakhange atsho nokutsho ku-Lieutenant Mkhwanazi into wabana uzaba khona but kodwa akwazi uthetha ne-officials ezikhoyo phaa office ke msasazi leyo into iya-interferisha ne-administration uyi-politician uyawukhumbula ikhona le nto kuthiwa xa ibizwa msasazi i-information asymmetry between the minister and i-administrator i-information asymmetry msasazi because into yokuba ngabana ii-ministers izi-politicians electwa ii-officials zona ziya-appointwa so i-minister ayinidi ngoba i-politician into wana ibe nayo za-expertise ne-qualifications zaloo portfolio izawungena kuyo kodwa yona i-official iyanida into yoba ngabana ibe nazo ezanto so le nto kokuthetha into wabana i-official must be an expert so ithi ke loo nto iminister izawuxhomekeka kwi-information ne-report esuka ku-official lena yakhe because i-expert so there is an information asymmetry between i-politician ne-minister ne-administrator yayo ithi loo nto ibalulekile ke ngo-administrative law and administrative actions into yoba ngabana uyimamele kakhulu i-administrator yakho then there will be no political interference uzawufumaniseka uba lo kacele is too much aware and very much experience kweso space because even when he was asked by other members ad hoc committee ukuthi we think that you have appointed so and so kwindawo wathi I'm very far as a minister kuloo nto office unyanisile wabe kusithiwa yimalini wathi I'm very far kwinto ye-budget so that means uyayazi ispace sakhe ucela noba ibe honest noba ibe ngekho honest kodwa ke ubonakalisile into yoba ngabana une-knowledge esipoliseni nakwi-administration ne-politics indlela ezihamba ngayo.
Wow, Nkosi kakhulu Mhlakazi uMantana. Masibaleke singasevenkileni sizobuya siqale siqokumbele nje emveni kwevenkile. Masamkele kwakho sesiqala siqokumbela inkqubo yethu Your Voice of the Bay. This is our last segment with our political analyst, Mr. Nkululeko Mantana. Mr. Mantana, welcome for the last time. Mr. Mantana, there are some names of people who are behind bars whilst this commission is taking place. The likes of Kat Matala, igama lakhe livela ngamandla kakhulu ukungafumani kwakhe bail, how is it going to assist in these two sittings, the Madlanga Commission and the ad hoc commission, the ad hoc inquiry?
Usasazi akufanga sibalule kakhulu igama laka Kat Matala yedwa
and others.
And others and njengoba ndimane ndisitsho nje ndithi le nto although sithetha ngesipolisa izile ilapha ezantsi because you'll hear about i-water cartels ne-construction cartels protection apha locally so loo nto ichaza into yoba ngabana the country itself ikwi-mafia state and ke ngoba ikwi-mafia state sesiye ke ngusancedakala ngale-6 kaJulayi into yoba uMkhwanazi asichazele but thina ke ngoku singabahlali funeka nje sijonge laa nto as a mirror into yoba this is what is happening ixhomekeke ku-government msasazi kwi-consequence management yakhe into yoba ngabana ingaba emva kwale commission ngoba ke sivile into yobana it is not binding even zikhona na izinto eziza kwenzeka ngale nto otherwise if bingekho i-6 kaJuni noMkhwanazi it means into yobana after the elections we would have Osibiya abasi-National Commission, will have Omchunu abazi in fact these are the allegations and accusations even namhlanje the driver yaka-KT Mahlala said to one of the captains today into yoba ngabana itshola captain that ngoba nesibamba nje khandicela undipha amanzi ngoba nesibamba nje uyayiqonda into yokuba ngabana uMr Mchunu uyi-friend ka-KT Molefe. It's a driver le itsho bisitsho inikezela ucaptain i-evidence yakhe into ayivile. So what I'm trying to say into yoba this rot is too deep, and thina eyona siyijongileyo singabahlali, because the social contract is between thina ke no government. So ngoba sinale social contract simane simamela i-budget ne-state of the address, it means into yoba all these monies, all these millions, all these billions zezi thina siziphangelelayo sibhatale ugovernment, kanti zithathwa yintoni? Zithathwa zezi cartels. Ezi cartels zithathela ntoni? Because nazo zine-reciprocal task between ezi politicians ngoku ekubonakala into yoba kuze umntu angene esikhundleni funeke abhatalwe, because they are funding, i-cartels are funding the politicians so that zibe ne-position, and after funding what they do, nazo zilindile into yoba I am going to get itender yasethembisa okanye the tender noba isesiphi isibhedlele okanye sesiphi i-state department. So and ke ngoku apho ke ngobuhlungu khona into yoba ngoba i-cartels ke ngoku zibhatala zithi neba zibona into yoba wena Percy Lamani usi-stumbling block, and then kuqale ubulawo. This is what we are talking about. So people are being killed, omagaqa are being killed, but abantu abababula are still within the organization, because ngoku i-contestation ayisekho fair. I-contestation is about iqhosha elingenamnqungu. That is the problem, the love of money. And ke ngoku akho nto ibuhlungu ke ngoku ubona into yoba ngoba ithembisa ingena mayeza, there are no medicines, akho zingubo, akho zibhedi. The 2 billion okanye the 360 million efunyenwe pha ithenga iLamborghini, umntu ade azithenge ikhala zifane zibe blue, so i-3, that means ufana nje nomntana ohluthiyo otyekezayo. Otherwise you don't know uba makuyithini le mali. Whilst there are people who are in need and who are dying in these hospitals, siyayazi but there are litigations ezininzi kwezi hospitals zinto abantu, the maternity cases, abantu abayobeleka abaswelekayo pha because there are no doctors. There are doctors aba unemployed, there are students who want education ibe free, and then you've got a government ke ngoku esebenzisana ne-cartels because yena umntu ufuna ukuba kule position, and then i-cartels nazo zifuna uri-embeswa ngaloo nto. That's the situation ke ngoku esikuyo. Uzoza ke nakwi-commissions, as much as bayi-commissions zi-helpful Bhuti kakhulu, but ke ngoku naba bayazi into yobana ukuya kukaPercy kule commission kuzawundenza mna andithethe into zethu. Ubone ke ngoPercy sekuthiwa udisappearishile, uve kuthethwa nge-disappearance zabantu abathile okanye ukusweleka kwabantu mysterious like ooNathi Mthethwa and all that, ivele ke ngolaa nto iqunye ungayazi uba kukho ii-cameras nje kwi-First World Asia, at least nalapha eSouth Africa noba uyangena, noba ungene Holiday Inn okanye nakwaziphi ihotele, noko i-first step yakho use-reception akusoze ungayiboni. But i-mafia state ke, that's how it operates. South Africa is not the first country into bayifumana democracy. South Africa is not the first country into yoba it plunged into mafia. Colombia or Mexico and others we saw, and this is exactly what is happening. So we must learn. Asikwazi ungalene ungafundi kwezi countries sesizibonile ezi-mafia states.
Very interesting developments on both sides, on Justice Madlanga Commission and to the ad hoc committee on South African police services. And the South Africans are still waiting for more and more revelations, but let's leave it there for now. Lastly, Mr. Montana, President Thabo Mbeki is here in the Bay. He has been invited by the ANC Veterans League. What can you say about this invitation? Is it going to assist the ANC in a number of challenges that are faced by the African National Congress?
Yes, as you have now alluded, that the African National Congress is faced with many challenges. And I must say that ANC, it will be an ANC even if it's out of government. So it's very imperative the initiative of political education for ANC, because it might be into bangabana zezinye zezinto ezibangele into bangabana zibe nezo challenges, because most of maybe their leaders, they don't even understand the ANC abayijonile. They don't even understand and know banayo knowledge ye constitution ye ANC. And ke ngoku izawuthi ke ngoku incede nasento bangabana Nokuba ayiphumanga, I'm sure, because former President Thabo Mbeki also has got his school of leadership. He has got many people, credible people, and he's trying to find ne-credentials zentoba ngabana zingenziwa doctorates, that is the PhD and the masters kula leadership school yakhe. So izawunceda kakhulu so that le nto bendizithetha ndingawuthetha nge-politics and administration dichotomy nez-information asymmetry ndithetha ngazo, then the politicians ze-ANC understand, because this bullying, because it's bullying, it's not even an interference. Sometimes it's tantamount to bullying, that when a politician, whether MMC or mayor or premier, or the MECs, Upper Eastern Cape, you will see that there are also many administrators is suspended because the politicians zicinga into bangabana ziya undermine, they don't know into bangabana no lo muntu wenza umsebenzi wakhe uyayazi ba esakhe ispace ne-authority iphela phina. So ndiyacinga into bangabana is very important, initiative yona is very good. Ukuba izawusebenza or no ixhomekeke kwii-members ze-ANC, but there will be ANC even out of governance. So ibalulekile into bana la initiative iqhube msasa.
Do you think the ANC has been hijacked or infiltrated by criminal element who doesn't know about the ANC itself?
Both. It has been hijacked, it has been infiltrated, the African National Congress kwakudala, and futhi na was 2007 sasa. After 2007 kulapho ubone khona into wakabana ANC has been hijacked by people abalapha kuyo, so that bona bazos enrich, they purge many people. They from 2007 kuza ku 2008, not that abantu okanye into xa iphethwe ngumuntu omnyama as other people will say fail. No, it fails because ANC deploys people who abangena capacity as banayo uGwede ebesitsho. Otherwise there are many people who have been purged abahleli ngaphandle abangaphangeliyo, who have been purged abayaziyo into bangabana funeke benze into. Xa ke i-ANC has got this saying into bangabana xa ungena kwi-interview before uqeshwe akukhathalekile ukuthi ungu-number 1 msasazi, uzawubuza into bana uzasincedisa na lo mntu. Secondly, problem ye-ANC msasazi into yokuba ngabana these guys
uzabancedisa on what?
No, that is a term, I don't know. Like le comrade uthi masiyixeshe okanye le ngu-number 1 ngubani izasincedisa na, that is a term, I don't know, but they understand what I'm talking about. And secondly, into yesibini, I'm going to be frank, kule nto uyithetha uba it has been hijacked okanye kanjani. Sasazi ukuba ngabana even apha kwamasipala, ukuba ngabana uyiSASCO okanye ubufunda eFort okanye ubufunda eBush, uba omnye abe ngu-municipal manager okanye abe ngumeya uzarhuqa his comrades abemnazo kuSASCO. When it doesn't matter i-qualifications onazo, as long as babesazi into yoba ngabana you are not SASCO, zange badibane nawe Vista, zange badibane nawe Fort, zange badibane nawe so that is the problem.
Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Thank you very much. Our political analyst, Mr. Nkululeko Montana. It's a pity that we are running out of time, but thank you very much. We really appreciate your insight in this platform. Ngolo hlobo ke inkqubo yethu ifikelela esiphelweni, inkqubo ye-VOB Voice of the Bay. Idinga lam nawe lingomso between 6 and 9 kwinkqubela FM, kwinkqubo i-KGFM Talk Show, amathuba evumo. Adios amigos, God bless and happy Sunday.